Hi everyone and welcome back to another leather crafting video. My name is David and in today's video we'll be crafting a bespoke card holder made out of green Saffiano leather. This project was commissioned by a friend of mine that wanted to give this wallet as a present to her loved one and pick up this beautiful leather since her favorite color is green. So to begin with, the panel is quite large for our project, so we need to cut it out to a more manageable size, and since it is cut straight, we can simply measure the total length of the wallet with our cutting ruler and use our X-Acto knife to cut the 4 leather pieces we need. This panel, although split evenly, it still has one size thicker than the other, so it's best to go for the thinner size since we'll end up with a total of 6 layers of leather for this card holder. Now you can work your way to the card slots with the pieces cut straight as they are, but since my friend wanted the wallet with rounded edges, I need to work on them on the front card slot first, and we'll use a small coin as a guide to make straight small cuts in different angles and round the lower edges of the card holder as you can see here. We'll use some vernice heatable edge paint for all the edges of the wallet. This one is in malachite color, which is practically a match with the leather's green color. So with our edge paint applicator, we're going to apply 2 to 3 coats of paint and then let the paint dry before polishing it with some Tokonole burnishing gum and a small piece of canvas. For the larger card slots, since they're more exposed and visible, it's best to line them with some pigskin. So I found a small piece of black pigskin and went on and glued both pieces together and applied some pressure with a wooden box.
Taking my time to align all the thoughts in my head. If you need me, I'll be waiting for you. If you want me, nothing I wouldn't do. I hope you're feeling it too. Will you take my hand so we can run away? Save our problems for another day. Yeah, I know in the end it'll be okay. It's you and me, God.
And while we wait for the pieces to glue well, around 30 minutes or so, we can paint and burnish the back slot just as we did with the front one.
We'll never run out of things to talk about. I don't know how I ever lived without you holding me in the night. Feel alive knowing that if you need me, I'll be waiting for you. If you want me, nothing I wouldn't do. I hope you're feeling it too. Will you take my hand so we can run away? Save our problems for another day. Yeah, I know in the end it'll be okay. It's you and me, girl, there's no other way.
Once the glue is dry, we remove the excess of pigskin left and round the upper part of the large slots as we did with the front one. Now if you wish, you can round all the edges from all the leather pieces at once. However, I recommend you cut them one by one, guiding yourself from the previous piece you glued to the assembly, as you'll see later on in the video. This ensures your edges to be more even and you won't need to sand them more roughly in the end. Once we're done with that, we can start making the stitching holes on the front car slot, and here I'm going to be using a pair of 2 and 12 teeth Joseph Dixon pre-iron irons to make the holes. And once that's done, I'll move on and prepare the second piece, which is the large slot, and stitch and paint the upper section as well.
Tell me I'm the one you want. Tell me I'm the reason your heart beats and it won't stop. I wanna be the feeling you in after all your life. Baby, is it too much to ask for a love just like that? The kind that never goes away.
Now for the stitching, I bought a short 15-meter green linen thread from Filo Chinois, since I really won't be using much for this project. Before stitching your leather pieces, it's important to prepare the thread with some beeswax and measure the amount of thread you'll need for every stitching run. So for these upper sections, we only need 30 centimeters of thread. We know this because the length of our stitching run is 10 centimeters or 4 inches approximately. And since the thickness of this section is quite thin, we can multiply that number by 3. Plus, I always like to add 30 extra centimeters or 12 inches to handle the needles comfortably.
Somebody else happy, happy. Tell me you don't wanna go. Say you wanna stay here with me. Girl, I gotta let you know that I don't see nothing wrong with staying up all night, chasing the sunrise. You know I'm being honest, girl. I'm trying to give you the kind that never goes away. See forever in a day. I wanna be somebody who makes somebody else happy, happy. I wanna know somebody out there is glad that they have me, have me. Wanna call somebody mine who can see the good I can't see. Wanna know somebody's eyes, 'cause they're only looking at me. I wanna be somebody who makes somebody else happy.
When both upper sections are done, we can paint them with 2 or 3 coats of paint and let them dry for a while before polishing them with some burnishing gum. Now my friend wanted me to add the last name of her loved one, but wanted to only have the letters embossed, without any hot stamping. For that, I used a set of brass letters for leather use and simply applied some pressure on the leather. Let me know if you want me to make a video on this matter, since it's actually a nice detail to add on the leatherworks, but can be very tricky to work with when applying heat. Once all the pieces are ready, we can start assembling them. First, we need to join the front slot to the second piece, and once they're glued together, we can use a scratch awl to perforate each stitching hole deeper and round the edges as we go on with the entire assembly before stitching the entire wallet together. And here we have the wallet stitched and ready to work with the edges. Now for the edges of the wallet, we're going to use a lot of paint to give a nice coating. However, before that, we need to sand out the edges to leave them as smooth and even as possible. So I'll be applying the first coat of paint that will stiffen the fibers and fill some gaps before applying 2 more coats and polishing the edges with the varnishing gum and canvas piece. We can also use a wooden edge slicker to polish the edges even more in the end. Now the final step is to remove any potential glue left over with a plastic bone folder and test the wallet slots. And after a long polishing, we finally finished our project. Here we have the card holder with an example card and seems to fit pretty well. So friends, with that, we finally finished our leather project. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed watching this tutorial and find it useful. Let me know in the comment sections below what other kind of tutorials you wish to see and your thoughts on this project as well. Also, if you're into leatherworking and wish to see more videos like this one, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. I post videos on leather crafting projects, product reviews, and more. Again friends, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. I leave you here with some final shots of the wallet. Have a great day.